Hello guys, good evening. How are you? How are you today?
Hello, teachers. Excellent.
Hello, hello. Hello,
Hello.
hello. Well, how's the storm in your houses? For the ones who live here in Bucaramanga or the nearby areas, how's the storm?
Teacher Elisa, it's hard.
Yes, it's very
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah.
Yes, I see also Jean-Claude says it's terrible. Yes, I understand. That's maybe the reason why we don't have a lot of our students today. Let's wait a little bit and see if they can connect because yes, I understand that the storm is very, very uh like strong today. It's a very, very strong storm. Let me double check here. Um, just give me just a minute, guys. Sorry, guys. I was talking with some of your classmates. They are reporting the problems that they have with the internet or with the connection. So I'm just writing with to the coordinators. But let me show you the agenda for today, guys, and then we can continue with our class, all right?
Yes, teacher. Hi, teacher. Can you hear me?
Hello, hello. Yes, I can teach
Yeah.
you. I can
Yeah,
hear
this
you.
is raining, and for example, in my case, I have some problem with my internet.
Mm-hmm.
Also, yes. So please, profe, si se me desconecto, pues es que estoy así como con la recepción un poco mala. Lo
Yes,
siento.
Andres, I understand. Yes. I think
Teacher,
everyone is having problems right now. Sí, creo que todos estamos teniendo
teacher,
problemas.
en mi caso también, qué pena, pero hasta que se me va la luz,
Sí,
se está
Ajá.
relampagueando mucho, por si acaso también.
ok. Bueno, estamos esperando que se conecten los demás estudiantes. Ok, por ahora pues debemos continuar entonces con los estudiantes presentes en la clase. Ya estamos recibiendo los reportes y pues si tienen problemas de conexión, de internet, por favor tengan alguna evidencia, no sé, una foto que le puedan enviar pues a la coordinadora Nancy, ¿ok? Okay, guys, so I will present the agenda for you and I will send you the first activity. After the first activity, we will socialize. I will check the list, okay? So I will check attendance. So the first activity is going to be related to our topic, which is millennials in the workplace. So today we will focus more on reading and discussing, and I want you to get in groups and get to some conclusions from a text that we're going to read. So that is our main topic for today. So it's about millennials in the workplace. The first activity is a drag and drop activity. Then we're going to discuss a little bit about different generations that you might know of and some questions on this topic. Then we're going to watch a video and a short discussion about it. And then we have the reading and so you will complete a gap filling exercise and the final discussion, which will be graded, okay? So that is our agenda. I will send you the first link for our first activity. And after that activity, I will check the attendance. So just give me a moment to open the link. Okay, so this is the activity. In this part, we have 2 pages, okay? So these are sentences related to the topic of millennials in the workplace. So I want you to take some time to read them and then complete the sentences with the missing words that are on the left side, okay? So for example, I'll do the first and then I will give you some minutes to work on it individually and you will complete each sentence. So millennials make up, so form, right? Make up a huge part of our workforce, but they seem to the companies and the leaders they seem opportunities, they see turnover rates, they see retention, they see threats, workforce, service. So the word that is most appropriate in this case would be threats. They seem threats, amenazas, to the companies and the leaders they, in this case, I think it would be work for, okay? So this is what you're going to do. So read it and then select the word that you feel it's most appropriate to complete each part of the sentence, all right? So we will have around 5-10 minutes for that maximum. And after that, I will check attendance, okay? Oh, all right, guys. Sorry. Sylvia has an important question that I want to clarify for you right now. Well, it's important that everyone knows, but it will be in the recording or I will repeat the information for you again. So remember that last week we talked about Moodle and that we were going to do some exercises during the classes. We decided with teacher Sandy, so the activities that we will complete together in class are now hidden from you, as you can see here. So all the others that you can see, you have to do, right? Or you are free to complete. The ones that are hidden, we will show them to you in the class in the moment that will be assigned for the activity, okay? So for example, if I change it here to a student, I won't see that activity. So all the ones that are visible for you, you can start working on them. The others, we will show them to you in the classes that are selected for this activity, okay?
Okay, teacher, thank you.
All right. All right, guys, let me know when you are ready with the activity, all right? When you finish. Well, all right, guys. So we had some time, so you can continue working on the activity, but I will check attendance and then we will start with the next activities for our class, all right? So let's check attendance. I will turn off the camera for a moment. Let's see, Gerson Arismendi, not here. Jean-Claude,
Present.
okay, thank you. Yesid is not here. Natalia,
Present teacher.
okay, thank you, Natalia. Brian is not here. Andres Correa,
My teacher present.
all right. Silvia Cuellar,
Present teacher.
okay, thank you. Elkin Fernandez,
Present teacher.
all
Hi.
right. Hello. Julian Figueroa is not connected. Jeanette is also not connected. Carlos Galan,
Present teacher.
all right, thanks. Mabel Gamboa,
Present teacher.
okay, thanks. Judy Liscano, oh, sorry, Jose Alejandro, I skipped Jose Alejandro Gomez.
I'm here, teacher.
All right, Judy is not connected. Lisette Tarazona is not connected. Okay, I see student that connected just recently, Brian Cordero.
Yes, teacher. I'm here.
All right, very good. All right, guys. So now we're going to start with our activities for today's lesson. Okay, let's see here. So first, the first activity is going to be a little discussion before we move into our reading part, okay? The video and the reading part. So the reading and our topic for today is millennials, okay? So millennials in the workplace and how are they changing their work environment right now, okay, nowadays. So I want you to tell me first what other identifiable generations do you know about apart from millennials? Any other generation that you know of?
Teacher, X generation. Maybe.
Okay, generation X.
Yeah.
All right. What
Generation,
else?
Generation C.
Z.
Z. Okay, generation Z.
Baby
Mi-
boomer. Baby
millennials?
boomer.
Yeah, baby boomers.
Yeah, baby
The
boomer.
baby boomers. What else? Well, millennials. We have it. Millennials. Any others?
Centennial.
Centennials. I think it's like quite similar to Generation Z. I think
Oh,
they are
okay.
the same. Centennials. I think it's. I'm not sure, but I think it's the same. Like, for example, millennials are also called the Generation Y. Okay, so it's like one or the other, Generation Y or millennials. Any other? Any? I know about another one that is more recent. So it's for kids, children born after 2010. Do you know the name of this generation? For kids that were born from 2010 until today.
Alpha.
Alpha, yes, good. Generation Alpha. So these are some examples, or most of them are here for identifiable generations that we have. So I'm going to show you, oh wait. I'm going to, well, here we have like a summary, a picture. The first are the silent generation, ages 72 to 89. Then we have the baby boomers, the Gen X, the millennials, and then we have the Gen Z. So we're going to read a little bit about these generations, and then we're going to answer these questions or socialize, discuss these questions. Okay, so let's read them, read a little bit about them, and then we will socialize, right? So this is the link, this is the website where we can have some info on this. All right, so it's called Millennials, Baby Boomers, or Gen Z. Which one are you and what does it mean? Okay, so we're going to clarify what each generation belongs to. So we'll start with the first, is the silent generation. This one was the first defined generational group. It's defined as people born between 1926 and 1945. So these people lived, well, this is more for the United States. So they talk about World War II and importance for them. So this was people who lived through that time. So, okay, we can skip this. This group is defined as disciplined, value oriented, so about family values and respect and responsibility, all of values, and they are interested in direct communication, so they enjoy speaking in person as opposed to via technology. Okay, so that was the silent generation, the first one. Then we have the baby boomers. This one is the only generation that is officially defined by a government body. Okay, so the Census Bureau, the US Census Bureau, was defined this generation as baby boomers. They are named like this because of the huge surge of births after the war, after World War II. So it starts in 1946 and ends in 1964. So I would say this age gap is for most of our parents, or even your grandparents maybe can be in this group if you are younger, or maybe some uncles, aunts. They will belong to this category. Okay. Some characteristics or values that are defined with this generation are committed, self-sufficient, or competitive. And it says here that this might have something to do with the fact that there were many people back then after the war, so families were having more kids. And we can also say this here in our country. Families before tend to have more than 3, 5, 8 children, 10 children even. So this is the case, for example, in my family, I have like 9 uncles and aunts from my mom's side and other 9 from my dad's side. So there's a lot of people. So it's they are defined as somewhat competitive, maybe because of this setting of their families that they had, right? The baby boomers. Then we have Generation X. So this goes from 1966 to 1980. This might be also some of your parents, so I'm not quite sure of the age gap. Some students are younger, so if you are maybe 19 or 20, your parents could be in this age gap from 1966 to 1980. So this is where technology was advancing, but that was not available as it is today. So this generation still is non-digital, so it's starting to be a bit more digital, but not quite. They are defined as resourceful, logical, and good problem solvers. Then we have the millennials or the Generation Y. I think some of us can belong to this category, or maybe the next one. So this one is like the most famous one, and it's not entirely certain, quite defined, where where ends and where it starts. So the approximate years would be from 1980 to 1995. Okay, so some people say that 1996 or 1997, so it's not like certain for sure where it ends. It says that they are described as lazy in the media, and that we spend our money on things that we shouldn't, like we should save up for important things, but instead we buy like silly things or food or coffee or whatever. So that's like a rough definition of millennials. It says that uh, this was the first generation to be digital natives. So we were born in a world where internet and technology was more available. And some characteristics that define this generation can be confident, curious, and questioning authority, right? Then we have Generation Z, where after 1997, so you can see there is like a little gap here between 95 and 97. And others say that 1993, so we don't really know. Others also say that from 2000. This generation is not also not either well defined. These these people have never lived without technology. So this is like a true native, digital native generation. So they are more ambitious and more confident. Okay. Well, and over here at in the last part, we have like Generation Alpha for kids after 2000, born after 2010. Okay, so that is like a rough definition of the generations. So now I want you to give me your opinions on this. What do you think if people from different generations, what aspects are they very different, and if they share any important characteristics? So are there some things that we have in common across generations? That is the first question. So do you think that we share important characteristics even though we have different generations, like from our parents or grandparents? What do you think we share in common? All right, I'll give you 2 minutes to think about your answer, and then I will listen to you.
Teacher, I think the most clear thing that we have the difference, como diferencia, between among all these generations is the technology. Because maybe Generation Z with millennial, we have like we are used to use the technology. It's something pretty normal for us, but for the another generations or other generations is something challenging and tricky.
All right. Okay. So you
That
say
is
that
a difference.
the most clear, the clearest difference between them is technology. All right. But what about some things that we can have in common despite being from different generations? Or there's nothing in common? Okay, Jose. Thank you.
Teacher, I believe that there are cultural aspects that persist within generations. For example, I think that food is something
Okay.
that is typically shared and
Mhm.
depends a lot of on the space we share and the products that
All right.
the I don't know how to say
That is produced in
campo.
the land.
Yes, yes, teacher.
Okay. So you refer to food and traditions more cultural tied instead of through generations. For example, food we share, typical food, even if we're older or younger.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Hello, Lisa. Thank you. I can see your message. Very good. I see also another student connected is Jessit. Okay. I will put the register here. Just a moment, please. Jessit and Jessit. All right. All right, guys. Anything else that you consider is quite similar between generations or among generations?
Teacher, I think
Mhm.
about education and
Okay.
along the last generations and today people still going to the school and then to the university in
Mhm.
order to get a professional work.
So this is shared between older generations and new generations, right? So this is
Yes,
similar. Okay. Yes. Maybe
perfect.
between the baby boomers, Gen X, and millennials. I am not sure if beyond that, like Gen Z or maybe the younger kids, will consider education or traditional education as important. What do you think about that, guys? So for Gen Z generation and up, Gen Alpha, what do you think about the considerations they have for traditional education, like go to university, get a degree, be a lawyer or a doctor or an engineer? What do you think about that? Do you think that they want this in the future?
What, teacher? Could you repeat,
Yes.
please?
So Brian talked about education, that this is similar for generations, like the structure is for you to finish high school, go to university, and get a degree to have a good job, right? And to earn some money. But I'm asking you about newer or younger generations like Gen Z. So after the millennials, Gen Z, or even the younger generations like Alpha, the kids, do you think that they consider traditional education as important or
No,
not?
I don't think so. I
Mhm.
think our generation and also Alpha,
Mhm.
they are more oriented to arts.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
also I'm seeing the some people like my generation, I'm from Gen Z,
Mhm.
they also respect like the boundaries, also work
Okay.
boundaries. So if you have a work, 8 to 5 work, when it's 5 o'clock, they respect that hour and they say, oh, it's we call it a day.
Okay.
We can call it a
Mhm.
day. So they are off, or I don't know how to say the
Yes.
of the
Yeah,
work.
they are
So
off the clock, we would say.
yes,
So they
okay,
stop
yes.
working. Mm-hmm. All
So
right,
I
yes.
need we are more oriented about it.
All right, yes. Well, guys, I would like to know on the chat if you can write which generation do you belong to. So according to this picture, we are millennials start on 1981 and go until 1996. And Gen Z is 1996 up. So for me, I'm not quite sure because I was born in 96 if I belong to the millennials or Gen Z. It's like in between this. So we have some younger students who belong to Gen Z, but most we belong in the millennials, right? Brian says Generation Y or millennials, yes. Gen Z, all right. What about Jacid? What about Jose? What about Carlos? Gen Z? Okay, millennial. Yeah, all right, very good, guys. And well, for the final question, millennial, for the final question is something about what Sylvia shared about work. So she said that one of the real differences between generations is that Gen Z respect or finish work at a certain time and they stop working. So that's my job. And then I have my life, my personal life, or my hobbies, or my interest, or any other things. Maybe previous generations, like baby boomers, or Gen X maybe, were more about working really hard and putting extra work so you can get a promotion at your job, with a better salary, right? So they were more focused on doing extra for the company than newer generations, okay? I want you to think about other things that might be totally different from previous generations to more recent or younger generations in their approach to work. Okay? Again, let's have a minute or two to think about the question and then you can socialize.
Teacher, in my
Yeah?
opinion, today there are new types of jobs
Okay.
due to the social media, social network, and technology. But um, the center point it's the same along the years. I will tell you why. Um, People who have an extraordinary ability um, who could satisfy so much people could earn a lot of money, and it's uh, the same idea that today.
Okay.
And the the difference is the way to get the money, but the center point is the same. I think.
Okay. So we are getting money different ways with new jobs, not so traditional jobs like before.
Okay, teacher, I
For
have
example, in
another.
the past, people
Okay, sorry, Andres. Continue, brother.
artists.
Continue.
Sorry. Uh, in the past, people who I no people from circus
Okay.
brings entertainment to a lot of people and got a lot of money. And today mm, we could think about artists, soccer players, singers. due to
Influencers,
technology.
YouTubers.
Yeah,
Yeah, they are
yes,
basically entertaining people and getting money for this entertainment. Okay, I understand.
yes.
Thank you, Brian. Good. We have Andres and then Carlos. So Andres, go ahead.
Okay, teacher, according to the question, I think that there are different in how people from different generation approach work. For example, I think in older generation, they may prefer face-to-face communication and they
Mhm,
have more traditional approach to work. But
mhm.
on the other hand, for example, generation like millennials or Generation C are
Yeah, Z.
often more comfortable with digital technology or
Mhm.
prefer on a kind of online communication. Yeah.
All right. Yes, I agree. Thank you, Andres. Very good. Carlos?
Yes, teacher. In my opinion, the past generations have few luxuries, and this, as a consequence, did not have access to many services, and the money or the salary are accumulated for doing um, or buying many things or houses or car.
Mhm,
But today, we have many luxuries. For example, technology, mobile
mhm.
phones, televisions, and you pay for your subscription in many situations,
Mhm.
and you have many things for spend your salary. In
Yes.
this, a consequence, you don't have more money for buy a big things, for example, a
Yeah.
car or house or
Uh-huh.
apartment, and it's very different the old or new generation for me.
Yes, it's true. And also before, let's say 20 or 30 years ago, it was easier for people to get a house. Like it was cheaper, they had more access to credits, and it was like easy for, let's say, middle class person to access to a house or apartment. Nowadays, it's getting more and more difficult, right?
No, teacher,
So
depend.
it depends.
Depend.
Okay.
Yes, yes. For
Okay,
example,
tell me.
the baby boomers,
Yeah.
this generation, like it to save. I think, in my opinion, the new generation, for example, millennials and
Mhm.
GC,
Yes, Gen Z.
this generation prefer freedom. Mm,
Okay.
eh, yes, travel, uh, both
Okay.
new.
It's
uh,
interesting if to think about if you prefer it or if because you cannot buy a house, then you say, oh, then I will travel or I will not have children. I don't know. It's like it's because we want it or it's because we cannot have houses or stability. So we choose the other. I don't know. So, but yes, that's more of the opinion of new generations, like to travel more, to be free, not have children, and all of this. I agree. Well, guys, I see another opinion on the chat. Mabeli says millennials tend to seek a balance between work and personal life, and we value flexible work arrangements. Also, that you think that they are more responsible. All right, so I think we have a positive opinion on millennials and new generations because, of course, we belong to it. But we're going to watch a video before. We're going to start with the worksheet. Okay, so I'm sending you the link for the activity. So this is the link. All right. So here, please, oh no, that's not it. Sorry, I sent the wrong link. This is the link for the folder. All right. So everyone is going to download the document or create a copy putting your name on the document, all right? So you put, for example, Andres Correa, unit or class number 3, millennials in the workplace. Okay, so you can either download it and create a copy or create a copy from here and rename it, all right? So the idea is for you to open the document and in the same folder to add all the other documents with your names, okay? You put your name at the beginning of the document's name, all right? So our first activity, you write your name here. Our first activity in the worksheet is a video. So we're going to watch a video. It's more of comedy, is kind of a joke about millennials. So I want you to watch it. We're going to watch the video together, but then you are going to answer the questions individually and we will discuss them, okay? So the questions are, what stereotypes of millennials are used in this video? So what are the stereotypes? How true do you think they are? And how do you think that millennials could respond to these accusations? All right. So we're going to watch it together. Remember, do not edit this document, please. Create a copy and you can edit the copy, all right? Not the original document. So I'm going to show the video. We will watch it together and then you can have some time to answer the questions and we will share the answers. Okay, just a second. I'm opening the link so we can watch the video together. Okay, I will pause the recording while we watch the video to avoid the copyright. So I will pause the recording to start recording again. So answer the questions. How true do you think these stereotypes are? Or if you know some people that might fall into this stereotype, and how do you think that millennials can respond to these accusations? Okay, let's have 5 minutes and you can have some time to answer and then we will socialize and discuss our answers, okay? Guys, who created this other document? So I know who it is. Let me check. Who is this? No? Who is it? So remember that you can upload the document with your name, all right? Who added the second one? No one? No? All right, guys, ready? Do you have your answers, some of your answers, so we can share them for the first questions about the video?
No yet, teacher.
Teacher.
All right, a little more. Yes, guys, we're only working in the first part, so about the video, okay? I think we are ready. Yes, so who would like to share? You raise your hand for the first question. What stereotypes of millennials are used in this video?
Teacher me.
Okay, Silvia, thank you.
According to the video, they say they are creative, but related with they know how to make excuses, so excuses are normal to them.
All right.
And also that they like to be praised.
Okay.
And can stick to the schedule.
Okay.
And finally, they do exactly what they are asking for.
Okay, so they cannot keep a schedule. They like to be praised. And what else? They don't want to work early. Some of these things.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Silvia. Okay, Gerson, hello. Let me write here. Okay. Well, now for the second question. Another student. Who would like to share? How true do you think these stereotypes are? Do you consider some of them are true or they are totally false? What do you think about this?
Total true, teacher.
Okay, so Jessit says they are totally true. Why?
Teacher, because well, in my opinion, these qualities are very true for millennials. This generation prefer to be free. I prefer not have schedule. They want to share for everything on Google, the information in the world.
Okay.
And they want to be congratulated, and they are very creative, the millions.
All right, so you consider all of these stereotypes to be true. To be creative, they don't want a set schedule or rigid schedule. They like to be congratulated or praised. Okay, you consider them true. And yes, Brian says we cannot generalize an entire generation as we have different personalities. Yes, Andres, and then Natalia.
Yes, teacher, I agree with, let me check the name, with Brian, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think that it's important to know that the video use a little humor and little exaggeration to create this kind of stereotypes. But for example, while there, for example, some point of video are true, but they are not universally or general applicable to all millennials, you know? However, stereotypes often, I don't know, oversimplify complex realities and individual behavior. In that case, can vary within any generation, not only for millennials. I think so. I think it's, yep, that is
Yes,
my
all
point.
right, very good. Thank you. And Natalia?
Yes, teacher, I agree with Andres. I think, for example, in my case, I am a millennial, and I think that there are many stereotypes in this video, and that not all of them apply to all millennials, no? And as with everything, there are many people who do apply, but there are many more who don't.
Yes. Okay, very good. All right, guys, thank you for your participation. And well, finally, we have one more question in the video is how could millennials respond or react to these accusations? For example, let's listen to Jose or to Julian or Carlos.
I can do sure.
Okay, Julian.
I think that taking account arguments presented in the previous video, I think that they would take it personally, and it would be very difficult to have a good discussion or with good arguments with they obviously generalizing, but it is very, very probably.
All right. Yes. So thank you. Sylvia says work is not our life and we need to balance both worlds. Yes. So the accusation or the stereotype is that millennials don't want to complete their shift 9 to 5. They want to leave early, but the response to that is Sylvia's response that we want to balance our personal life and not focus only in work, right? As other or older generations can do. Okay. Any other point? Any other opinion that would like to share here in part C? Okay, Carlos.
Yes, teacher. In my opinion, I consider the stereotypes are an exaggerated way because, for example, the millennials, in my case, for example, the millennials have parents that works every day, and the education of this generation is about is for or is provided was provided by other peoples, other professors or domestical workers, and in this case, combined with technology. And as a result, the millennials have some characteristics about the video, but it's in an exaggerated way.
Okay, yes, it's exaggerated. Okay, guys, I agree with all of you. Very good, and thank you for your opinions on your participation in the activities. Very, very interesting. Well, now in this part of the class, we are going to do the reading exercise. It will be done in groups, okay? So even if you have groups, every student needs to upload the document with the answers for the activity, okay? You will do it in groups, but all the students need to upload the document, all right? So the first part, well, I want you to focus on reading the text first and completing the discussion part, point number 3. Okay, so that is the main focus. Read and discuss and answer the questions. Then if you have extra time, I think you can have some time, then you will complete the gaps, okay? So to read the text and complete the gaps, arrangement or buzzword, gun, indicators, challenge, right? So the main focus is to answer the discussion questions. We have 3 questions, okay, about the text. So first, discuss and answer, and then you will focus on completing the text, all right? Okay, guys, so I'm going to create the groups. Is it clear what you are going to do now?
Yes.
All right. Great, guys. I'm sending you the link once again. Start reading the text. I will go group by group, checking if you need anything, if you have questions, if you need any help, right?
Yes, teacher. I have one question.
Okay.
The second part, the gaps, is optional, mandatory, or is homework, or is
okay. Let's do it Mandatory is number 3. And the other one is homework. So if you don't finish today, you can do it throughout the week, okay? You can do it tomorrow or on Wednesday. I will check this activity maybe on Wednesday. So you can have until that day to finish it. But today I will pay attention to your discussions in the text, okay? All right? So the gaps, if you cannot finish today, you can finish them until Wednesday. All right?
Teacher, sorry, could you repeat? My
Yes.
internet is.
So today we are focusing on the discussion, point 3. Point 2 is the gaps. If you don't finish today, you can finish it until Wednesday, the 13th of September. Okay?
Okay, teacher, thank you.
All right. Good. Any other question? No? All right, guys. So let's work on that. We still have some time, so I think it's plenty for you to discuss and answer the questions. I'm going to create the groups quickly. And let's create three groups so you can have 4 students. All of you can read parts of the text, etc. Or if you prefer to read it all, I would suggest that you divide the text and you read some parts for you to discuss, and then you will tell your classmates a summary of that part of the text. All right, so there will be 4 students in each group. Okay, we can go to the breakout rooms.
No, I have my document open. So if you want, we can read the sentence and later discuss them.
Okay, we need to discuss. We first
The first?
we need to
Okay.
discuss, and then we can write our conclusions, because it's
Yeah.
write conclusions. Yes.
Okay. Okay, I agree, Natalia.
So I guess we can read them, and then we can have a little time to think about our
Yes.
responses. Yes, and then we can share our
Okay.
opinion.
So we're going to discuss about the first.
Yes.
About the okay. What do you think?
Yes.
What do you think about this?
So you can read this, the first one.
Yes, okay. How do you think the workplace culture create that millennial manager with emphasis a people-first approach and a focus on relationship might
I think it's something really essential in a company. I don't know if you
okay.
understand.
Okay. Mm, I think the previous generation have a different customs like mm, the person usually don't work in team, so prioritize the individual work compared to the new generation or millennial generation. So I think those generation uh, pre- give emphasis at these soft skills. So it's too difficult for previous generation to adapt uh, to these themes. I think the the millennials major give emphasis a dynamic teams and want to work with people with this um, skill. And I think the previous generation could be affected for this and could feel apart. apart.
Okay. Someone else
So
want to say their opinion?
sorry, Natalia.
If someone else wants to,
Um, good place to work, maybe, and satisfaction, I don't know. I think it's a good thing, these new ideas for the work. What do you think?
Okay, but I think that millennial managers often bring a different perspective and approach to the workplace compared to previous generation about positive impacts. Maybe mm, millennial managers tend to prioritize a positive and inclusive workplace culture,
Mm-hmm.
and from for negative impacts, maybe the thing of conflict resolution, the emphasis on open communication can be a
Wait,
double-edged sword.
wait, wait,
Sorry.
wait, wait. Is the first question, no? Are you in the second?
Yes. About
Ya que, chicos, ya cargué el archivo.
Okay.
Okay, guys, sorry. The file is each student. Cada uno debe subir su
Ah,
archivo, ¿ok? No
ay,
es uno por grupo.
teacher, no lo puedo
Okay,
borrar.
teacher, but for today
Yo,
is
¿Lo puedes borrar?
sí, lo voy a borrar, ¿ok?
Thank you.
Cada uno va
teacher.
trabajando en el suyo, o sea, se pueden compartir la respuesta de la discusión, pero cada uno debe subirlo por aparte, ¿ok?
Ok, teacher,
Lo voy a
thank you.
borrar, ya lo borré. Ok.
Teacher, if we don't finish today, we can upload the document tomorrow, or today I need to upload one version of this document.
I'm not sure. After you upload it, you can continue editing. Después de
Yes,
que
It's a
ustedes lo suben.
I have no, in my case, I have a problem with past document for post editing.
Ah, ok, no pudiste editarlo después de ya haberlo subido.
En mi caso, en unas ocasiones no pude,
Okay, okay, I understand. Well,
but
in that case,
in others, it's possible.
okay, so what you can do is upload one today, and if you can't edit, upload another version, okay? Si
Okay,
no puedes continuarlo, pues subes otro que diga versión 2, okay?
okay, teacher.
All right.
the mistakes. So we can grow exponentially, and we can have a new perspectives about our tasks, function, roles. So if we can do a mistake, we can fit fit them early at time. Sorry. And about this advantage, and I think people could be feel pressure, presionada, no, sí, with pressure,
Okay.
or pressed by his employee or by his manager. Um, other disadvantage could be there are people who don't like to feeling follow followed by other person. I don't like about personal following. Mm, these people like to work solitary or alone. I think there are the advantage in my perspective. And you,
Okay,
Natalia?
okay. I was thinking about it, and I just don't get it. So the question is something about the millennial managers now want to make reviews more frequent with informal feedback, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I need is about more frequent. It is something that is important. Um, in some cases, maybe about projects and I don't know, maybe documents that workers are working in that is essential. And about the informal feedback systems,
Summarize, we have to sum of us I agree with, because it could um, improve the communication and people feels approach with the new jobs and relationships, but it could be uh, mm, I don't know, not good because it have anti congratulations and anti achievements. I don't know. What do you think it could be as summarize?
Mm, I think that these new work tools can positively affect employee satisfaction, no? Because new now companies are more aware of their employees and have more friendly work environment for them, maybe. Or what do you think?
Inclusive, I can hear very well. Hear very well. Is that about number one? Question no,
Yes,
or it's not?
yes,
Oh,
sorry, my internet is not working.
okay. Okay, no problem. Not that. But
Hello, guys. Did you finish your discussion? Or
Teacher, in this moment, I am reading the text in my
okay,
case.
remember you have five 5 minutes, and that's time.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, now the last one. In what ways do you believe the shift from a strict work-life balance to a more flexible work-life plan advocated by millennial managers could impact the overall well-being and productivity of employees? How might this change influence the way people approach the work and personal lives? Okay. What is work-life plan? Teacher, I don't know the meaning. Work-life plan. I think about the last question. I think the main
Uh, you have a better
Mm,
no
mm, a work
I,
work environment.
yes,
Mm, yeah.
a better
Mm.
uh, yep. Mm, mm,
Or you have a friendlier space to receive your feedback.
yes, yes, I agree with Jonathan.
how
Um,
Uh,
I
eh,
didn't get.
you
it
have a
allows, or yes, go ahead,
yeah.
Natalia.
Continue. Sorry,
Dale.
sorry. That you have a friendlier space to receive your feedback,
Sí.
and know one day, no, I don't know, it's, it's more.
Yes,
Mm,
okay. Reviews with more frequent and informal feedback. Sí,
All right. Hello, guys. I see everyone is back. So please upload your documents today with the discussion part that you completed, okay? So we had to finish the discussion during the class, and then you can continue editing your document to do the fill in the gap activity. But I need to see your documents uploaded today, okay? Then you can continue editing, but please upload them. I only see Elkin's, Julian's, Mabel's, and Sylvia's, right? So you need to upload the rest. Okay, guys?
Sure.
Okay. See you tomorrow, guys. Have a good night. Bye-bye. That is all. Yes, I'm sending the document through WhatsApp. All right, guys?
Okay,
Bye-bye.
teacher.
Good
Bye.
night.
Have a good
See you
night
tomorrow.
as well.